Okay, what's going on 1422? I just wanted to go through and give you some information about what a lot of you have been calling and asking as it relates to the five port negotiating committee, or in other words, the five-man negotiating committee. So I've taken the liberty of going through and just putting together a little bit of presentation that hopefully can give you some information that you can use to make an informed decision and make an informed vote. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. I've shared my screen, so you should be able to see the same thing I can see. As you can see, we're starting off with the five-port negotiating committee, also known as the five-man negotiating committee. The agenda here is going to be simple. Topic 1, I give you a little bit of district information. Topic 2, ports in the district. Topic 3, implied priorities for each port. Topic 4, the advantages of the last 1422 individual negotiations. And topic 5, the pros and the cons. Basically, we'll just go through a couple of bullet points. Introduction. This presentation is meant to educate and give information as it relates to the subject of the five-port, also referred to as the five-man negotiation committee. This should be used for informational purposes only. Topic 1, district information. Our district is called the South Atlantic and Gulf Coast District. The SAGCD represents over 30,000 longshoremen on the South Atlantic and Gulf Coast. The district was born in 1910. The president is Alan Robb. Topic 2, ports in the South Atlantic: Charleston, Savannah, Jacksonville, Wilmington, and Tampa. Say that again. Ports in the South Atlantic are Charleston, Savannah, Jacksonville, Wilmington, and Tampa. Topic 3, implied priorities for each port. Okay, that's topic 3, implied priorities for each port. So what are the priorities for each port? Savannah has 1,345 acres, 36 container cranes, 42 expected in 2028, and they're the third busiest container gateway. Jacksonville has limited 100 gauge cranes that can service post-Panamax vessels 22 wide, limited harbor depth, 47-foot channel depth, and they handled 553 vehicles last year. Wilmington is 308 acres, only 4 50-ton container cranes, 38 feet of depth, limited container operations of 7 berths. Tampa has 5 gantry cranes, including 2 that are post-Panamax capable, limited harbor depth, 43 feet of channel depth. Main revenue generator are cruises, and we pretty much know this about Tampa, correct? Carnival, Celebrity Cruises, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian. What are the priorities for Charleston? Okay, so I just wanted to put this up here, and it's clear what we do. It's clear what we do. So when we look at the first table here, it lets us know. This first table here is 15 cranes on the Wando Welch terminal. This next one here, 5, with the 5 that are 228 feet, outreach height of 169 feet, can reach 26 containers across. That's HLT. And this last table here down at the bottom, the third table down at the bottom, represents North Charleston. And so, as you know, North Charleston is our older terminal, and we handle smaller vessels there. But you can see the capabilities clear. 15, 5 is 20, 20 and 5 is 25. So clearly, out of the 3, out of the 5, Savannah and Charleston, their priorities are containers. Charleston has 52 feet of depth, making us the deepest water on the East Coast, generates over $63 billion of economic impact, capable of handling super post-Panamax ships, and our capital spending from fiscal year 2018 to fiscal year 2020 was well over $1 billion. Topic 4, the advantages of the last individually negotiated contract. So, how did we do last time? Charleston Longshoremen have the best contract of any deep sea local in the district because we withdrew from the 5-port negotiating committee and negotiated Charleston's current local contract on our own behalf. Here are just some of those benefits. A higher percentage of overtime hours than any other port in the district. Our employers retain 0% of the dues and service charges the members and non-members pay. The breakfast clause that pays overtime from Monday through Thursday. The 1 a.m. start time, the entire vessel remains on overtime until the ship is finished or new gangs hired. Contribution to the Money Purchasing Plan, MPP, as it's known, for every hour worked in the port and on all commodities. And as we know that MPP is in addition to our retirement, our pension. So that's just another benefit. So why not go back in? That's the $1 million question, right? Why not go back in? Look no further than each port's container capabilities and their investments in expansion, and you will see their priorities. We will be negotiating with other ports who do not have the same goals and priorities. Each port, regardless of their size or priority cargo, each port gets 1 vote. Smaller ports can easily outvote and override the larger ports. We will literally be negotiating with ports we compete against for business. Historically, negotiating together worked to a point, but because of fierce disagreements, ports such as Charleston were still forced to attempt to get into local bargaining, that which could not be included on a district level. In other words, local bargaining was still required. So in summary, just a few points in conclusion. Bullet point number 1, we will not lose our charter. I heard this the other night. This is absolutely ridiculous. We have literally been out of the 5-port committee since 2018. For the last 5 years, we have not been fined or sued. If it were mandatory that we be in the 5-port, then while under trusteeship, the International would have certainly rectified this violation, don't you think? The International, under trusteeship, could have forced us to return to the 5-port negotiating committee without any question whatsoever. During trusteeship, they had all the power. And just something else that I wanted to include in this little presentation is the fact that we received a letter from Harold Daggett himself, the international president, who confirmed that 1422 has the right to decide on our own if we are to go in or stay out of the 5-port negotiating committee. This letter signed by Harold Daggett, who is the president and chief interpreter of the International Constitution and Bylaws, has spoken. We have this right. And so we will be afforded this right come Monday. Just a few more points in conclusion. As presented in the last monthly meeting, the Savannah Local has enjoyed their version of the breakfast clause since 2003. Also, as presented by the last monthly meeting, no one in the district knew about this breakfast clause until the last round of bargaining in 2018. That means that the Savannah local was able to keep this as a secret to themselves for 15 years. Is this working together? Some more final points. While Charleston fights for jurisdiction over all jobs from the water to the gate at HLT, jobs such as cranes and the RTGs, the other locals in our district, which will be impacted by this decision, they have remained silent. Is this working together? Please, brothers and sisters, do not be swayed by false promises. No one individual can guarantee anything, especially if we were to return to the 5-port committee, where every port gets one vote. At that point, all bets are off. If we go back in, all bets are off. There can be no promises on what can be done individually if we are bargaining collectively. So with that being said, I just wanted to thank you. I wanted to thank you for your time and thank you for just being here and listening to what I have to say. Please come out and vote at 7 p.m. on Monday, January 9th, 2023 at 1142 Morrison Drive. This is a crucial vote. This is a crucial vote. You've already seen just a few of the benefits that we are receiving currently by us being able to bargain individually. Why not go back in? I've covered that because you are bargaining with individuals who are also your competitors, individuals who do not fight with us, who do not throw their hat in the ring with us when it comes to fighting with us just for our jurisdiction on HLT. And what's going to really blow your mind is that ports like Savannah and other ports are going to be encountering this same fight because of their expansion. So where is the support? We're stronger together? Well, just so it's known and just so it's clear, we are a part of the district. We remain a part of the district. We've never gotten out of the district. We have just chosen that it's in our best interest as members of ILA Local 1422 that it's best that we bargain individually, because with the smaller ports, as you've seen, as I have presented to you, their priorities are not our priorities. Even with Savannah, who has similar priorities when it comes to container work and things of the like, but yet there is an issue, and I hate to put it like this, but there is a bit of instability there with respect to their elections, and how just about every election, there's a new president, there's a new administration, there is not much consistency, there is a change in doctrine. Every time you change administrations, there is a change in priority. Every time you change administrations. So with that being said, I want to thank you again for taking the time out to review this presentation. Feel free to ask questions. And hopefully I've answered some of the questions that you have about why stay out, why not go back in, what's our benefit. But ultimately, we will make the decision, and I can see no benefit whatsoever by re-entering this 5-man negotiating committee. With that being said, thank you. I appreciate you, and God bless you, and I'll catch you on the next one.